Good afternoon. My name is Katarzyna Lidia Papaja, and I work at the Institute of Linguistics at the University of Silesia in Katowice. And today I'm going to talk about open-mindedness among CLIL teachers. So this is the outline of the presentation. So I'm going to discuss the concept of open-mindedness. I'm also going to discuss CLIL in the context of open-mindedness. Then I would like to pass into research review and my current study, paying attention to participants and procedure, data collection instrument, study results, and of course, finally, conclusions and future implications, together with the limitations of the study. So when looking at the concept of mindedness, it is important to take a look at the definition of open-mindedness, which is the willingness to search actively for evidence against one's favored beliefs, plans, or goals, and to weigh such evidence fairly when it is available. Open-mindedness can be also defined as a strength of character, thus based on evidence that it counteracts a prevalent weakness in thinking, the tendency to favor ideas that are strong. It is also very important to mention that open-mindedness is linked with judgment and critical. The teachers, as professionals, in fact, are able to make appropriate judgments about students' work, and we can say that they are the people responsible for providing full information on student performance. Critical thinking, on the other hand, includes the component skills of analyzing arguments, making inferences using inductive or deductive reasoning, judging or evaluating and making decisions or solving problems. According to CLIL, background knowledge is a necessary but not a sufficient condition for enabling critical thought within a given subject. It's important to remember that through critical thinking, the teachers make the learners eager to learn by discovering truths, beliefs, and investigate various dilemmas. Teachers are there to help them to make their own judgments. Content and language integrated learning, which is the approach that is considered to be dual focused, is based on the theories which include cognitive learning, namely constructivism and social constructivism. In CLIL, it is important to teach and learn the content subject together with additional language. And this additional language, which might be a foreign language, is also treated as a medium of instruction as well. Going back to those main, let's say, theories that in fact CLIL is based on, cognitive learning theorists suggest that people remember things more effectively if they spend more time thinking about them. And here the CLIL teacher's role is to help the learners remember what they have learned, not only in terms of language, but also in terms of in constructivist theories of learning, learners are thought to build up knowledge for themselves, right? And these theories emphasize learning which involves the creation of new personal meaning with the new materials. It's also very important to remember that CLIL teachers have a very responsible job, right? Because they need to make their own judgments as far as the material is concerned, right? And they also need to find out how to make the link between the existing and the new knowledge, right? Um, Social constructivism, on the other hand, um, is based on the importance of learning as a social and dynamic process through interacting with one another, right? And according to Coyle et al. 2010, it is the CLIL teacher's task to consider how to effectively involve learners to enable them to think through and articulate their own. When looking at the research, well, most of the research on open-mindedness, judgment, and critical thinking skills focus on the student's ability. In fact, there is not much research conducted on teachers. However, Tahriri investigated foreign language teachers' attitude towards open-mindedness and critical thinking, and the conclusion is that most of the teachers value open-mindedness and critical thinking. However, they also expressed the need for more training on how to teach these skills. Alkin, Koch, Erdamar, and Bagirar Pan also examined open-mindedness, critical thinking skills level, but this time they examined it among teachers from various areas such as science, maths, social sciences, foreign languages, and the result is that the participating teachers' critical thinking levels were at a medium, right? And finally, we have Kavanos, who also examined the critical thinking skills and open-mindedness among language teachers. And in fact, it was found out that the lack of critical thinking skills and open-mindedness was due to insufficient time, inadequate materials, and unsuitability of students' level for critical thinking activities. So, being inspired by the fact that there is not much research on open-mindedness among teachers, especially CLIL teachers, I decided to examine open-mindedness among CLIL, and I came up with the following research questions. So, what is the correlation between teaching experience and open-mindedness? What is the correlation between the teaching experience gained in CLIL education and open-mindedness? What is the correlation between the type of school and open-mindedness? What is the correlation between particular subjects taught in English and open-mindedness? So, 149 CLIL teachers participated in the study. 122 were females and 27 were men. And you can see the basic participants' basic data. So we have teaching experience in CLIL, type of school. So you can see that we have primary school, junior high school, and subjects taught. So some of them taught maths, physics, history, chemistry, geography, or biology. And the data collection instrument that I used was the VIA Inventory of Strengths, which was used in the study conducted by Linley et al. 2007. This is a 120 item measure of character strengths, with each of 24 character strengths assessed by 10 items. However, I decided to present the data concerning open-mindedness only. All the responses provided by the participants, they were fully anchored on a 5-point scale. And we have, well, 1 which meant very much unlike me, and 5 meant very much like me. The study was conducted between September 2018 and June 2019. Some of the teachers filled in the paper version, especially during some teacher trainings, and the others decided to fill in the online version. So I decided to focus on 4 predictors: teaching experience in CLIL type of school and the subject taught. And apart from that, I also decided to use the Spearman's correlation test, ANOVA test, and post hoc Chef's test. So the study results, well, the first statement was the following: I value my ability to think critically, right? So as far as the teaching experience is concerned, we can say that most CLIL teachers, no matter how much teaching experience they have, value their ability to think critically, right? Nevertheless, there are a few CLIL teachers with the teaching experience in CLIL ranging from 2 to 4 years or 11 to 20 years who do not value their ability to think critically, right? When looking at the data concerning the type of school, it can be noticed that a significant number of CLIL teachers from junior high school and high school value their ability to think critically. In the case of subjects, well, CLIL teachers who specialize in maths, natural sciences, and biology tend to value their ability to think critically the most. Next statement: when the topic calls for it, I can be a highly rational thinker, and we can see that no matter how much experience the teachers have in teaching, they can be highly rational thinkers when the topic calls for it. However, the CLIL teachers whose teacher experience ranges from 5 to 10 years or from 11 to 20 years were the ones that mostly, let's say, hesitated when providing the answers. When looking at the data concerning teaching experience in CLIL, the numbers are very similar. As for the type of school, it can be noticed that even though most of the CLIL teachers agreed with the statement, 15 of the CLIL teachers working in the junior high school chose the answer, I don't know. And when looking at the subjects, well, the study participants teaching maths, biology, and geography tend to be highly thinkers. Next statement: thinking things through is a part of who I am. So from the data, it can be inferred that a significant number of the CLIL teachers having teaching experience ranging from below 1 year up to more than 20 years strongly agree or disagree with the statements. And when looking at the teaching experience in CLIL, we can say that the numbers are very similar. In the case of the schools, most of the CLIL teachers who work in primary, junior high school, or high school strongly agree or agree with the statement. However, a significant number of the CLIL teachers hesitated and chose the answer, I don't know. In the case of the subjects, well, we can say that those teaching maths, biology, and geography tend to strongly agree. In the case of the type of school, we can say that those working in junior high school and high school, well, they in fact often choose the answer, I don't know. However, quite a significant number also of those teachers working in primary school chose the answers agree or strongly agree. In the case of the subjects, well, a significant number of the CLIL teachers agree or strongly agree with the statements, especially those teachers teaching geography. Well, they tend to have some doubts, as we can see. And then we have the last statement: I try to have good reasons for my important decisions. Well, we can see that a significant number of CLIL teachers, in fact, agree or definitely agree with the statement. However, again, we can see that some teachers have some doubts, especially those who are teaching those subjects, scientific subjects. But in fact, we can say that those teaching geography or biology, in most cases, they agree or strongly agree. And then we have the correlation. So as can be noticed from the data, there is a significant correlation between teachers' experience in CLIL and open-mindedness, right? However, there is no correlation between the type of school and open-mindedness. Well, the observed correlation in the case of teachers' experience and teachers' experience in CLIL and open-minded is positive and strong, which indicates that the more experience the teachers have, either in teaching or in teaching in CLIL, the more open-minded they are. Well, when looking at the next table, which is this ANOVA, right? We can see we can just take a look at the types of school. Well, the data indicates that open-mindedness does not depend on the type of school in which the CLIL teachers work. And then we have the data which in fact has been obtained from the post-chef's test concerning open-mindedness and type of school, and in fact it supports the previous. And finally, we have the correlation between the subject taught in English and open-mindedness, and we can see that there is a significant correlation between history and open-mindedness, biology and open-mindedness, and geography and open-mindedness. The observed correlation in the case of history and open-mindedness is positive, but not very strong. However, in the case of biology and geography, it is both positive and strong, right? So the data suggests that CLIL teachers who teach biology and geography tend to be the most open-minded ones. Well, in fact, the data supports Benneker, Van Dis, and Middlecopp's findings, who state that there is a strong link between geography teachers and open-mindedness. They even claim that geography education aims to enrich the worldviews of young people and contribute to their global awareness. So, just to look at the study results, just to look at the most important results, well, we can say that there is a significant correlation between CLIL teachers' general experience in CLIL and open-mindedness. So the more experience the CLIL teachers have, either in teaching or in CLIL, the more open-minded they are. There is no significant correlation between the type of school and open-mindedness. And there is a significant correlation between history and open-mindedness, biology and open-mindedness, and geography and open-mindedness. So finally, we can say that open-mindedness has been as a desirable strength, not only with regards to CLIL teachers, but also teachers in general. And we can also say that it involves thinking about thinking, collaboration. namely the willingness to cooperate with others, and of course, and CLIL as a modern approach to content and language teaching offers a flexible framework for how language and content can be integrated across a greater range of contexts and settings, and therefore it requires open-minded teachers who will encourage the development of students' skills. And the limitation of the study, of course, the number of CLIL teachers having experience in CLIL above 20 years, I think is not representative. The number of CLIL teachers teaching art, chemistry or social sciences might not be representative, as these subjects are not very common in English in Polish schools, and the lack of quantitative data might be a disadvantage. Okay, so thank you very much for your attention. I'm sorry for the speed a bit, but I just wanted to tell you as much as possible. So please ask me questions if there is anything that you would like me to explain to you. Thank you very much.